Well, good afternoon. A little bit later than usual. Um, Today, I wanted to, as promised from yesterday, I wanted to show you a very simple way to make your own salsa. Now, you can make your own salsa from anything, as long as you have your basic uh, go-to ingredients like tomatoes, either fresh or canned. Now, today, I'm using a combination of both. I'm draining two. Let me show you. I'm draining 2 cans of diced tomatoes. I am not going to put those in the food processor because I want those chunks, but I don't want all that liquid. And then remember the diced veggies that we did the other day? Well, I'm taking probably about 4 cups of those that have even our little heat source, which is the poblano peppers, because in salsa you need a little bit of some sort of heat. That's how they come up with, the mild, medium, and hot. But this has bell peppers in it. It has carrots. It has tomatoes. It has celery. It has scallions, onions. So the full spectrum, basically. The only other thing we're going to do is put some garlic in it, and then spinach. Now you can use basil. You can use just anything, and anything that you have in your refrigerator that you want to throw in your salsa, you can do so. I may put some corn in this, but I haven't decided whether I want to do that or not. And then my containers, I save all my containers and I get my rice in. I love these little containers. They're so handy. They're just the right size for recipes such as this, like your sauces or any kind of dips, or like refried beans. They don't take up much room, and they're just handy. They're easy to clean and easy to dip from. And then minced garlic, and then we're going to put salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and cumin in there. And that's pretty much it. That's what I choose to do. You can put whatever vegetables you want in there. I personally like leeks in there, but that's up to you. Now, adding the corn is actually giving you like more of a southwestern flavor. So let's go ahead and get on with this. So get your food processor out. Now you can do this in a blender as well, and you can do it by hand. I know. And now, Andy, in the food processor, once the food processor comes out, all bets are off. Right, Andy? Right. Okay, so what we're going to do first, I want to get because these are still partially frozen, I want to get those in there, and we're just going to pulse them a few times because I want this to be on the chunky side. Okay, wait a minute, Andy. Okay, there we go. So we're going to pulse that first because in stages you want to do it so that you're not going from like a salsa texture to a baby food texture. You want to be careful. I'm going to put my seasonings in there. I know I'm getting ready. Andy's back here just dancing. I know I'm getting ready. Say hi to everybody. Now the cumin, you can put as much of that in there as you want, but err on the side of caution. I'm just going to put maybe 3, no, Andy, 3 or 4 shakes. Let's get our onion powder. Now I'm going to put, what is it, Andy? I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of onion powder in here because I want that a little bit strong. 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. What is it? He gets so excited when the food processor comes out. I have no idea why. He's always been like that. Little Rosie too. And then my pink Himalayan salt, which I love. Again, this is your call. Season it according to you and your family. So I'm going to put a half of a teaspoon in there for that. And then the garlic. I know, Andy. The minced garlic. I'm going to put a tablespoon of garlic in there. I love garlic in my salsa. Now you can actually make this the consistency, whether you want it more as a dip or something that you cook with. I personally like to cook with this. It's just my go-to anymore. As long as I have some kind of sauce in the refrigerator, or I make it or I buy it, I can do anything. What I call my skinny Parmesan chicken, I use salsa. Okay, the only other thing we have left to do is our spinach. Okay, I'm getting ready, Andy. Okay, so for right now, I know, I'm getting ready. See what I mean? I'm gonna rough chop this. Oh, there we go. Yeah. You don't want just that much. Be careful. Go ahead and check it. Okay. I'm going to do one more like little pulse, and then I'm gonna put the spinach in there. I know, guys. Rosie, I know Rosie's joining the crowd now. Okay. Alrighty then. Okay, let's get our spinach in there. Okay, let's dice that up. Just a pulse or two. Here I go again. I know. Here we go, guys. Get it in there. Come on, get in there. Get in there. There we go. My spinach doesn't want to get in there. Get in there. There we go. Okay, let's put some more in there. Do this according to your own taste. I like a lot of spinach, so we're doing a lot of spinach. You see what I'm doing, though? By not processing your basic vegetable mix all at one time, you're allowing it to blend in the rest of your ingredients that don't need blended that much. Because, like I said, you don't want baby food. You want chunky. Okay, let's see what we got now, guys. Here we go again. Here we go again. Ready? Let's see if it's in there yet. A few more leaves. There we go. Okay, let's not do too much more. Look at her. Now you can see the texture of this. I mean, can you see that? Like a chunky salsa. And you can even taste this. Oh, that's really good. That onion powder and garlic powder really sets it off. Okay, so since it's this, this consistency, we're going to go ahead and just add, I don't know, a spoonful or so of our drained diced tomatoes. And then we're going to pulse it. And then we'll just add that together. We still want to keep it chunky. And I don't like it real watery either. There we go. Okay. Now, let me finish with that pretty much. Let me get a spoon and make sure that tastes okay. Yeah, I know. You're right down here watching me. Okay. That's good. Doesn't need anything. Okay, let's just save on dishes. So let's go ahead and put the rest of our tomatoes in there. I may add another can. It all depends on how this blend comes out. I do want it tomatoey. That's a word. This is our base. I'm sorry, Rosie. Mommy's sorry. The dreaded food processor. I got to where I don't even wash this by hand anymore. There's just too many nooks and crannies in it where food and stuff can set up. I just don't trust it. Okay, so let's go ahead and mix this. You see that? Let me bring it over here so you can see it better. There we go. See? That's a nice chunky salsa. Whoops, tomato overboard. There we go. A lot of spinach in here. That's why I like it. I don't want it to be overly like a tomato soup. I want it to have all the other goodies, all the other vegetables present and accounted for. Okay, and you can add, feel free at this point to add more diced tomatoes or fresh tomatoes. Let me do this. That is really good. I'm glad I put those extra, that extra spinach in here. Nice and thick and green. Very healthy. No preservatives, no stabilizers. All good stuff. And I'll be cooking with this. I put this in my rice. I put it on top of my chicken. I put it in soups and stews. And when I don't have fresh on hand like this, which is quite often because I do use it quite a bit, and this is also good for dip. I always try to keep something on hand in the refrigerator as far as from the store, because they have good products from the store as well. Okay, so that gave us, I don't know, a quart? A good quart. Let me rinse my hands off, guys. Okay, now this is going to go right in the refrigerator, and that can be used for, like I said, as a dip. Put a little bit out in a bowl, get yourself some chips, or make yourself some tortilla chips, which at one point I want to show you how I do mine. But I do those quite often, just keep them in a bag like you would potato chips, but you season them up yourself, you make them yourself, everything's cool. And again, tons and tons of recipes. You can, instead of your spaghetti sauce that you buy, if you don't make it yourself, you can use this. There's a recipe I want to use this week. It calls for salsa, but you take your tortillas. I'm going to give you a little rundown here. You go ahead and boil up your tortillas, cheese-filled tortillas. I'm sorry, listen to me. Tortellini. I can't talk. It's this thing. Your tortellini, boil up your tortellini, and then put this on top with some mozzarella cheese. Oh my goodness, talk about good, and it's healthy as well. So that's going to be it for that part. What I'm going to do next is I want to do refried beans for you out of the beans that we made yesterday. All right, so I got cleaned up from the salsa. That's in the refrigerator. Now, what I'm going to do is show you how I make my refried beans. Now, there's as many ways to make refried beans as there is beans. So take it for what you want. But this I've done the last few times by adding some of the, like our diced vegetables. Like, let's break that down. Let me turn this up just a little bit, get it cooking. Peppers, onions, scallions, even tomatoes. So what I'm doing is, again, with the leftover bits of diced vegetables from the other day that I did out of that one bag, I'm having them in the skillet, and I'm bringing that up to, a good, nice, hot temperature. I don't want them to be cooked to death. The beans are already cooked. And why I didn't put more onion in this mixture is because when I made the beans, I made it with an onion. So, keeping all of that in mind, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add cumin, just a few little shakes, and we're going to turn that down again. Teaspoon, and again, this is up to you. Your family, what they like, what you like. Make it yours. Play, and don't be afraid to play around with your recipes, for heaven's sakes. There's no recipe made that you can't adjust to your own particular likings. That's the fun of, and I'm going to put a tablespoon of minced garlic in here. I just like garlic. Turn that back up. And then just a teaspoon of salt. That pink Himalayan salt, and I'm always saying that, but I didn't put much stock in, different salts until I did start cooking many years back with, like sauces and things, fried rice, stir fries, and so on and so forth. And when you start working with that and you're dealing and benefiting from the many seasonings and herbs and salts, it does make a difference. This salt is so soft on your tongue. Unlike table salt, the iodized, once you get used to the flavor of one, it's just hard to go back to that commercial over-processed taste of regular table salt. Okay, so I'm going to show you what this looks like now so you can see that it's not cooked to death. Now, there's one thing that you can do. You can oven roast these. And that gives it a whole nother complex layer of flavor. So we're just going to put this whole thing in here, bring it up to temp. Let's see if you can see that a little bit better this way. Just going to bring it up to temp like this because it's already cooked. It's been in the refrigerator overnight. This should make a beautiful and tasty refried beans. Okay, so let me taste that for seasoning right now before it goes too far. Okay, it's good. I don't need to add anything. It tastes fine. So after this, what I'm going to do is make a chicken and cheese quesadilla with spinach in it. Use up the rest of that spinach that I had for the salsa. And that will be our dinner. And then we can have the refried beans alongside. And many people eat their refried beans there. They put it on their tacos or their burritos. I love it that way. Other people on the side. Other people, I know many people that have this for breakfast with an egg. Nothing wrong with that. The beans are one of the highest protein items that you can eat. And it'd be good, a good high protein. Doctor it up, make it yours. You've got a terrific meal. Okay. So, bring that up to temp again. Okay, so these are nice and hot now. So what I'm going to do is take my potato masher and mash these up. And you'll see that I still didn't cook them to death. They have a lot of texture to them. The vegetables are still in there. You can still see them. So let's just take this and squash it up to however you like it. Now, I like a little bit of texture. Those in my family like it really smooth. Everybody has their own wish list when it comes to refried beans. Oh, I can't see. My glasses steamed up. And if you've ever made refried beans before from scratch and then put them beside those out of a can, it's like two totally different animals. I did that. And once I did that and I found out how easy it is to do my own out of, you know, just the dried beans, that was all it took. So tasty. I'm sure people that make beans, any of their leftovers, they can turn into refried beans. Now you can thin these out as well. If you think they're going to be too thick for you, you can add a little bit of stock to it or just plain water. But this is pretty much where I'm going to leave it. I don't want it to be like, you know, baby food. So let's taste it. It looks wonderful. Oh, it's hot. You see that? So let's get the heat turned off. Okay, I'm going to get this out of here. And I'm going to clean this pan out. And we're going to make a chicken and spinach quesadilla to go with our meal. So, okay, so I got cleaned up. Now we're going to make our chicken and spinach quesadilla. Now, in my pan, I'm going to heat that up just a little bit, around 250. I don't want to get it too hot because we just want to brown and melt that because the chicken's done and the cheese, we just need it melted. And I'm going to put this, oh, what do I do with my spinach? Oh, let me get my spinach. And I went over there to get that and I just totally forgot. I'm sorry. So what we're going to do, go ahead. Now I just lightly sprayed this. You don't want to get too much on there. And the chicken, we're going to, well, first of all, I'm going to put the cheese on there. I'm going to put the cheese on top, and then I'm going to put the chicken and the spinach. And I'm going to put the cheese on the very, you know, it's going to be, the chicken and the spinach is going to be sandwiched in between the cheese. So as it melts, the glue is going to keep it intact. There you go. So let's go ahead, and you don't need a lot of chicken. These are meals fit for a king, let me tell you. Tasty, easy, simple foods are the best by far. Take our spinach leaves. You can do this with frozen spinach as well. I thought I'd be able to get rid of that spinach, but it's not going to happen. I've still got more left. Okay, let's put a little bit more cheese. And this cheese I'm using is a Mexican style. It's a blend of cheddar, Asiago, Monterey Jack, quesadilla, and it's finely chopped, which makes it easier to melt. Hence blue. Okay, let's get this on top, and then I'm going to put the lid on it. So it'll start melting this. And then I'm going to put this back in the refrigerator. And of course, you realize that you can put any fillings in your quesadilla that you want. You can just put plain cheese. That's my go-to, like when I'm hungry and I really don't want to eat anything, but I don't want to snack either. I'll just take and make a cheese quesadilla and with a little bit of sour cream and call it a day. So I've got my salsa that we made a little while ago. We've got some sour cream, didn't make. And then our refried beans. We're going to put those on the side. They taste great. Look at that. Let me show it to you again. See the consistency? Now, you know, as they cool, they get a lot firmer. They actually get thick. Okay. Good. One thing that you really don't need to do is season that quesadilla, the chicken or the cheese, because of course the cheese is going to have a little bit of salty in it anyway. But also, this has seasoning in it, and the beans have seasoning, so you just don't want to over season everything. Or just err on the side of caution and just be careful with it. Let's see where we are with this. Not quite. Not quite. Let's see. We'll do this, okay? Okay, in between all of that, my groceries were delivered. I had to turn my quesadilla off. But anyway, here we are. So, it should be done. Let's take it out of our pan. Oops, hot. Okay. Put that to the side here. We're going to cut this in quarters. Whoa, baby's hot. Let's see. Nope. I'm going to do it a little bit more here. I don't have much pressure in my arms, as many of you know. I can't bear down very well, so it's an effort a lot of times to do this kind of stuff. They're nice and crispy. Oh, now I'm going to have to get a knife. I have to get a knife, guys. Oh, there we go. Okay. So let's take it this way. Andy's down here smelling my groceries. I just ran them in the house and put them here on the floor. Oh, look at that. Don't they look beautiful? There you have it. And it's dinner. And you were with me the whole time we did all of this. Didn't take that long. So, let's sit down and taste it. Okay, so made it over to the table. My goodness, I brought those groceries in. I don't know how people do it out in this heat. I know you probably get tired of me complaining all the time. But it's 101 on my thermostat for outside, and that's in the shade. But I don't know exactly how, accurate that is. So anyway, let's get back to basics here. We got our salsa we made, extra spinach. Put as much or as little spinach, basil, cilantro that you want in that. Sour cream, our refried beans, and our quesadilla. And that's a nice little dinner or a lunch. So, let's taste the quesadilla first. A little bit of sour cream. A little bit of salsa here on the corner. Oh, got sour cream all over my spoon. Oh. Pull my napkin go. My hand. That's really, really good. You know, you can dress food up. You can get expensive recipes, expensive cuts of meat. But I'm telling you, at the end of the day, you put in a little teeny little bit of effort and have refried beans, a quesadilla that takes all of 5 minutes to throw together, salsa that you made or bought at the store, and sour cream. It's filling and it is tasty. Everybody loves quesadillas. You can put any kind of meat in there. You don't have to put any meat in there. Vegetables, just a cheese. And, it's a wonderful meal. And you can toss it up or toss it down, put a salad, coleslaw, just all kinds of stuff. And the thing that I like it most is you can put up a taco bar and have everything from sweet all the way to savory and feed 20 people and not spend $20. Now, that's an exaggeration, of course, but you get the drift. It doesn't cost a lot to eat like this. I want everybody to take care of themselves, especially in this god-awful heat. And just take care of yourself, your friends, your family, and your loved ones. And above all, please check on your neighbors next door, especially in inclement weather. And heat is inclement because if you don't have an air conditioner, oh my goodness, it's deadly. So check on those that may not have others to check on them. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow. I really do hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed making it. And if you can find it in your heart to like my channel and help me grow this channel, I would, from the bottom of my heart, I would appreciate it. All you have to do is just hit the like button and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, and there's no bother. So with that, again, goodbye, and you have a good the rest of your day.